Hey guys, welcome to another week of some traveling tips for travel agents to help you with your business. Today I'm going to talk briefly about the details, and I'm bringing this up because a number of my clients have been talking to me lately about their experiences with travel agents and also the things that really matter to them. So one of the things that I want to talk about is how much do you actually listen to your clients? And by listening, I don't just mean, I get your phone call and I want to travel on these sorts of dates. What I mean by listening to your clients is actually understanding them and knowing how to curate or to put together a trip that speaks directly to them. So I want you to sit back and listen next time you're on a phone conversation to one of your clients. Even if you're interacting with them via email, I think it's still really important to pick up the phone and have a 3 to 5 minute conversation with them just to find out these details. And a couple of instances that have come to light over the last week for me, you will definitely relate to these, I'm sure, but it's something that I wanted to highlight. So clients rely on us not only for our advice, not only for our expertise, but also geography and how far an airport is to a hotel, for instance, or how long it takes in a taxi to get there, or whether they prefer to have a private transfer over finding their own way on public transport. And these are things that you can always ask a client if you don't know. Never assume, because it only makes an ass out of you and me. So a 3-minute phone conversation sometimes is all it takes. I had a client who was saying to me yesterday that he loves to fly with Qantas, the Australian preferred airline. However, he doesn't like flying with Emirates. So if he's traveling to Europe, for instance, he would much prefer to fly with Qatar, who's also in their alliance, over Emirates. And this is really important information, because if you are booking a client's flights and they say, I want to fly with Qantas or an affiliate, then you would automatically assume that Emirates would be one of their partners. Now, had I have not asked this question, if they preferred to fly or not fly with somebody, I wouldn't have known. And I think that that's a really important thing that everybody should be asking an agent, is these specific details. Will they fly with a particular airline, or do they prefer not to? And if once you know that information, you can store that in any of your systems and you'll know and be able to come back to it time and time again. The other thing that I also heard recently, and got a beautiful email and message from one of my clients who's just arrived in the Philippines, was she was traveling on her flight, arrived and landed, went to go to get her transfer, and she'd been talking to some different people on a flight. And there was this one guy who was traveling with her, an American, who had 1,000 staff in the Philippines, and he was there to visit them. However, when he arrived, he saw his hotel sign and automatically assumed that that was his transfer. However, it was not. It was my client. And one thing that I know about her is she is traveling by herself. An arrival transfer is very important, instead of her having to go and find a taxi or find public transport to get to the hotel. The other thing that's really important is, if she's traveling overnight, to pre-book a massage for her, because I know she needs to have the rest before she hits the ground running and she is in the office. So this my client was then talking to this other guy, and he didn't have a transfer booked. Now, he did try and take her transfer. Not very cool, but the hotel was lovely enough, and they said, no, unfortunately, this isn't for you, this is for my client. So she felt very special, and that's one of my goals, because I listen to her and I know what she wants. So she felt very special. She arrived at the hotel very comfortable, had Wi-Fi, was able to get there very easily and without any hassles, and he also arrived at the same hotel. Now, I know for my client that she loves to have the massage, as I said, and that was already pre-booked for her. And she sent me a message and said, I can't believe it. You know, this guy who is obviously with a lot of money and travels quite regularly and seemed as though he had this stature about him. She said his agent hadn't booked any of this. He was quite disappointed and frustrated, and she said, I felt so good that I was able to just relax and know that you had my back. Now, that makes me feel really, really good. It also is a testament to my team as well. I couldn't do it without them because we remember these details, we get these details. We have a lot of systems and information where we store all of this and we know what is happening. So it's something that I really want to reiterate to all of the other travel agents is listen to your client. Please remember what they like, who they like to fly with, whether they like to have a massage or a bottle of wine or something in their room on arrival. Everybody is a VIP whenever they travel with me. And then also the little things, frequent flyer numbers, what sort of meals, do they prefer a special seat on the flight? When I was a corporate traveler myself, it was really important to me to have my frequent flyer number associated with my booking, so that whenever I got to the airport, I was able to breeze through the check-in process. Now, when it wasn't attached to the booking, I was frustrated, because my seat wasn't pre-allocated, or I was sitting in the middle of somebody, and it was the little details that actually really got to me. And I impress upon that now with my team and also my clients that we don't miss these little details. The luggage allowances as well, making sure that they are able to carry what they need to carry for their trips. So it's the little details. I want you to listen. I keep saying that because it's really important, listening to your client to know exactly what they want. That's all I wanted to talk to you about today, because it has come up a few times in the last couple of days. And I do want to say thank you to everybody for your feedback regarding these Facebook Lives, for giving us some ideas on things that you really want to know about. And a couple of tips. We are going to be launching our podcast in the next couple of weeks, which I'm so stoked about. You're going to be learning lots of new things, sales training, your unique selling position, customer loyalty and retention, getting referrals, talking about merchandise, who is your ideal client and how to find them. There is so much coming up and I'm so excited. So Travel Agent Achievers, the podcast, keep an eye out for it. It will be able to be downloaded very, very shortly. And we've also just launched our brand new website, travelagentachievers.com. So keep an eye out. We love to hear from you. Keep the feedback coming. If there's anything that you want to learn or know about, please get in contact with us. Comment below the video. Send us a direct message. We'd love to hear from you. So have a wonderful day. Keep listening to your clients, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.